So, as a griever and as a widow, I'd like to talk about a tool I used to find joy in my life again after I became a widow. But before I talk about this tool, I want um, I want to acknowledge something. When you become a widow, you literally have to build a new normal. And more often than not, you have to find out who you are again. Which, outsiders may think you may not change, but you change. And the things and the places and the activities you used to do, even the things you used to eat, may not bring you the same joy as they used to, because often they're tied to memories of our late spouse and partner. So one tool I used was something called a joy list. And again, I'll get to the details of this joy list in just a moment. I mentioned it the other day, but when we're grieving, we feel often early on a lot of grief about having happy moments because they're no longer there to share them with us. They're no longer there to experience it, and we feel guilty for being happy because we should be so sad. And we are often our own worst critics and enemies, and we beat ourselves up over finding moments of joy. But when we hold on to the grief, you're going to grieve enough on our own. We don't have to beat ourselves up over it. But when we hold on to moments of joy, when we find opportunities in our day to find joy, and we hold on to them as long as we can, that allows for more relief from the grief, and it allows us to start feeling moments of happiness in our life. So here's the thing. Because of guilt and because of a number of other things, grief, it can be hard to feel that joy. So I have something on my phone. I even keep it to this day called a joy list. It's in the notes section of my phone. And I have it broken up into sections like this, like 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, or like a half day, whole day, and a weekend. So what can you do in 15 minutes that might bring you joy? So I can listen to a song, I can do a silly dance, I can take a quick shower, I can comb my hair and brush my teeth, I can do some self-care, I can paint my nails, I can listen to music. In an hour, I can watch a funny show, I can doom scroll cat videos on YouTube, I can call a friend. In 4 hours, I can go out to eat, I can watch a movie, I can go out for coffee or tea with somebody. On a half a day, you might be able to go on an adventure. You may be able to go shopping. You may be able to visit outside your town. On a whole day, you can go on a drive. You can see the fall colors. You have a friend come from out of town, and on a weekend. So I have it broken up like this. What can I do if I have these little blocks of times? Because you're so consumed with grief and it becomes the norm. When you do have moments where you're not just full on crying it out and just laying in your bed because you can't get up, it's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what to pack those moments into. And if we can recognize those opportunities as times that we can add some happiness and joy and change our chemical balance in our day, we start to have glimmers of hope in our life. Just little moments of glimmer that bring us light and joy. And the more we teach ourselves to lean into those moments, to really grasp onto them and hold on to them, whatever they may be, we can start to build a more normal part of our day where both grief and joy are incorporated in it. Not only do I think we beat ourselves up over having moments of happiness and joy because of the guilt, but I think that because grief becomes the norm, joy feels uncomfortable. when it should be the opposite. But we're so used to the trauma and the pain and the hurt that finding joy and feeling joy becomes uncomfortable or unfamiliar to us. And it really takes some practice on our own part to find joy in our lives again. So I challenge you to maybe start a joy list to see if that might help you have a practice of finding hope and joy and light in your life again. It really was a tool that I clung on to because it was the only thing I personally could figure out that helped me lean in to those happy moments so I could build more capacity for feeling happy in life again. Now, just know, again, the things that made you happy before may not make you happy before because they're tied to like hanging out with the couple's friends or going out to a certain place to eat. Those can be really hard. Even seeing pictures at first can be hard. But I can tell you that for me and my lived experience, when I leaned into those, when I looked for joy and happiness in my life, I was able to find it. It took a lot of practice before it felt natural again. And I'm hoping this might help you too. Find your joy.